Hello. So in this video, we're going to talk about another opening free writing prompt that I did. Usually, when I talk about opening free writes that I've done, I talk about ones that were successful. This one was not successful. So the free writing prompt that I had done, we were learning that day about ways to present evidence to support your argument. So different approaches, different types of claims that you could make in order to convince your audience by using evidence in different ways. And so the prompt was, what's a problem that many people are concerned about, but that you aren't, and why? Or what's something that many people think is a problem, but you don't, and why? Some variation thereupon. I actually thought it was kind of an interesting prompt because there's a lot of things that people may be worried about, but that individuals may not. The Chinese spy balloon is a contemporary, probably not going to be a long-term reference, but is a contemporary thing that people got really, really, really worked up about in the US. And some people are still really worked up about it, but it actually didn't matter at all. Like, these things, surveillance overflights happen all the time and nobody gives a shit. It's just not really that important in terms of national security or protecting ourselves or anything like this. We do it to other countries, et cetera, et cetera. So it isn't that big a problem, but a lot of people took it to be. So that, I think, but there's a lot of other ones as well. Like, a bunch of students gave different kinds of answers to this, but I think the reason that students didn't seem to connect with it is, I think it's somewhat too abstract for a first-year writing course. In some of my sections this semester it worked and people gave decent answers. In other sections, people were like, and just didn't really want to share what they had written. So I think that's a thing that's worth keeping in mind, especially if you're using these as opening free writes, which is what I do, where they're like starting the class by writing this, and then this is meant to sort of get them thinking about stuff. If ultimately the thing being asked of them is too complicated or too sophisticated, they won't be in the right headspace starting out with that. So I'm going to try and avoid that in the future and just sort of simplify writing prompts and go with things that are easier or more direct and don't necessarily require as much sort of thought about, like, what are the big concerns that people have in the world. I think it was too abstract an ask for the beginning of class.